Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life. Hey everybody, Brian Smith here with the Iron Team series and the Daily Influence. And we're going to keep moving down this path of new beginnings, new starts, New Year's resolutions, goals, SMART goals, whatever you call them. You know, we like SMART here: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And it lays a foundation for not just setting good goals, but how we communicate those goals, how we tactically engage with those goals and develop ourselves and our teams as we move through the strategy and tactical process of going from goal to achievement. But to do that as a leader, we need to stay connected. We need to stay connected with our teams. We need to understand progress. We need to understand challenges. We need to understand that those specifics and measurements are being done, that people are following through and attaining what they said they can or what we set them up for, that it stays real and timely. How do we do that as a leader without being a micromanager? And that's one of the toughest things we face as leaders of organizations or leaders of teams or leaders even of ourselves. We can overthink and overanalyze our own lives and create chaos. Imagine when we overthink and are overzealous with our team members, when we delegate and then intrude. Imagine the chaos that we can have. What is it that we are trying to fulfill when we delegate something to somebody and then we constantly pester them about it? Or we take over for them just after we've given it to them because they're not going fast enough. Or things aren't happening in the way that you think that they should happen. How are you developing a person by giving and taking, giving and taking? How are you developing a person by giving authority, but then second guessing it all the time, micromanaging? How can we be effective leaders without doing that, but still stay engaged? And the way to do that we think it's obvious, is SMART. When you give direction, when you set these tactics in motion, be specific about them. Set the expectations early. If there's measurements involved, lay them out. If you need reporting back to you, develop a reporting structure that works, but one that works not just for you and feeds you the information you need to keep you on track, and whatever that means, if it's a sense of understanding, if it's a sense of control, whatever it is, but make sure that it aligns with your team members' capabilities, that you're not getting in the way of attainment, that you're not getting in the way of a real resolution or a real opportunity to be successful. And is it timely? Look, if you are overwhelmed or somebody else on your team is overwhelmed, is it the right time to even do these goals? Can they be effectively understood, planned out, and implemented? Or do we need to improve something within ourselves before we even start to go out and try to attain new goals? Do we need to learn how to be more specific and communicate better about what our needs are and wants are? Communicate in a way that works for all of us? Do we need to understand our measurements better and how they influence us now and in the future? Regardless of what that is, you need to communicate this ahead of time if you don't want to be a micromanager. And if they're failing in those expectations, if you've set out those SMART goals and those SMART tactics, and you are communicating in a smart way, and you have team members that are still struggling to keep up, struggling to follow through, might not be the right team member for that part of the project. There might be something missing, and I would argue that you will find somewhere in the equation of SMART either for themselves or for you, you missed something. You missed something in the specifics area or in the measurement area, or you missed asking the right question that understood attainability, or if it was realistic for that person or for you or for the two of you together to even work on something, or if it was timely. Almost every single issue we find in goal attainment can be pinpointed to a failure of SMART somewhere. So if we do these things up front and we communicate them and set those expectations early, then we can shed the micromanaging. We can fall back onto our planning, our policies, and our procedures, the trust that we can build. And as we get success, we grow together, we improve together. And we will shed that need to be a micromanager, because whatever it is that is causing you to be that micromanager will be fulfilled along the way in a different way. Not in a way that micromanages, but in a way that supports and sets up for success. And when we do that, we grow together, individually, singular, individually, together. And our team does too. They feel better about the trust that you give them and that you have in them. They feel better about the results that they provide to you because they're better thought out. And there's less drama, less ripple effect, less consequences. There still will be some. There are exceptions in everything. We'll be faced with those. But how we tackle those, if we're smart, is very clear and concise, and we do it together. So don't be a micromanager. Learn how to communicate effectively up front. Set expectations. Set realistic expectations. Give them a way to attain them. Be specific and measurable, and make sure it's the right time. I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow as we just continue to move through the beginnings of 2024 and try to lay a really strong foundation for us to improve together through our work, through our talks, through everything that we do. Stay positive. Have a great day.